So I'm sure many of you guys out there know that you cannot trust the mainstream media. They have lied to us for a long time. They embellish certain facts to suit their narrative. They leave out key points of information in case it speaks out against their narrative. And we've been seeing this going on for a long time. And it's probably been going on for decades, but we wasn't aware of it until we had the internet the way we do now. So we can check up on our own facts, do our own research, and see for ourselves that these guys are lying to us. But there's still loads of people out there who do not see this. They think they can watch these networks, this CNN, Fox, but all of these mainstream networks, you can't trust any of them. They always lie or twist the information to make sure that it suits their narrative. So you follow what they're saying. And as I said, many people still don't realize this, and it's time for people to start waking up. And Don Lemon is one of those guys who either don't realize that we don't trust the mainstream media, or he knows it and just lies about it because he's being paid to push a particular narrative. Now, Don Lemon was out on the streets this week, and he was just asking questions about President-elect Elon Musk. These people are absolutely crazy. So I have a clip here that we're going to look at, and he's going to ask this particular guy some questions, and it's not the kind of interview he was expecting, I don't think, because this guy was pretty switched on, and he had some things to say to Don Lemon that might open his eyes a little bit. So let's have a look at this clip here. So here's Don Lemon just talking to this random guy. I don't know whether it is actually a random guy. You can never tell. This might all be pantomime as far as I'm concerned. As I say, anything from the mainstream media can't be trusted. But this is where Don Lemon, he asks this guy about President-elect Elon Musk. Let's see what his response is.
Who is the real president-elect, do you think?
Well, Donald Trump won, I believe.
Democratic lawmakers in Washington are calling Elon Musk President Musk now, and they're saying Donald Trump is the vice president or the head of communications for President Musk.
Wait a second. No.
So I just have to interject for a second here, because I think people are just missing a very important fact here. It is pretty clear that at least for the last 2 years, let's just say the 2 years, not even the last 4 years, that Joe Biden hasn't been in control of the presidency. There's been some unelected shadow government that has been making the decisions for the people of the United States. That's clear, right? I think we can all agree to that. Joe Biden hasn't been mentally capable to run the government for a long time. It might have been for the whole 4 years, but it might just be just for 2 years. Let's just be friendly and say it was for the last 2 years. So all of a sudden they're going on like, oh, Elon Musk is the unelected president of the United States. And it's like, do you hear yourselves? Do you hear yourselves? Have you checked out what's been going on for the last few years? Or are you just going to completely ignore that because it doesn't suit your narrative? Anyway, I won't rant for too long about that, but it's a valid point that this is just something they're completely overlooking. Like, there's a big problem now because Elon Musk is the unelected president, but the fact that there's been a shadow government for the last 4 years is just completely ignored. These people are a joke, man. But anyway, let's just carry on with the video here.
Really? Have you not watched and paid attention to the news?
Absolutely not. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing during my day so I can try and get a better life and get ahead.
Okay, do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Why don't you Google right now,
Yes, tell me.
President Musk, and see what comes up?
No.
I'm sorry to interject again here, but just quickly, I mean, if you Google anything, most things, some things they'll hide from you, like particular laptops and stuff they don't want you to find out about, that'll be buried somewhere. But if you Google something like President Elon Musk, of course you're going to get articles that tell you about President Elon Musk. That's how Google works. I don't think Don Lemon has used Google before or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's carry on.
Well, who's behind that? Because if that's propaganda, then there's
Just go look.
All right. I'll Google right now, President Musk. But that's already a loaded question, you realize. President Elon Musk.
You just did President Musk.
President Musk. Democrats rage at unelected co-president Elon Musk new power. So what's going on there?
Okay. So why don't you believe me? You need to read the news like I read the terms and conditions. If you're going to be out here asking people questions, then you need to be informed.
It doesn't make it the news, though.
Okay. Why is it not? Okay, so tell me, give me the sources. Just scroll through.
Axios, Business Insider.
Oh.
We don't trust any
going,
of this. The
keep
common
going,
man doesn't
keep
trust
going,
any of this.
Keep going.
ABC News.
Oh, keep going.
New York Times.
Oh, keep going.
The Atlantic.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Okay.
I don't trust any of these. We're the common man. We don't trust any of these. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the common news. We don't trust any of that anymore.
Well, look,
Independent news, we are the ones that own the news now. People trust me. They don't trust MSNBC because I care and I'm actually one of them.
And this is what I'm talking about. This guy here, he drops some massive facts on Don Lemon. But he might even be aware of it. As I say, he might just be a shill that's just trying to make money. So he's pushing the narrative as he's supposed to. But surely by now he realizes that nobody trusts the mainstream media anymore. None of these big media corporations can be trusted. They lie to us about so many things, and sometimes such minor things as well, that it's come to the point that it's better to just assume they are lying to you and go and find information elsewhere. These media companies are not to be trusted. Now, this has been going on for a while for me. You know, I used to believe them to some extent, but now after the whole incident that happened from 2019 for the few years, we won't mention it because we don't want to get censored too much, but you know what I'm referring to. After the BS that was spread on all the news networks throughout those times, we know it more than ever that these networks do not tell us the truth. They will tell us what they want us to hear, so we follow the narrative. And there's a video clip out there, and this was released 6 years ago, everybody. And when I'm recording this, this is the end of 2024. So we're talking about the end of 2018 here. So this is even before that big event took place. But you can see from this clip that the mainstream media is bought and paid for by large corporations. It's as simple as that. They handed a script to read out and to follow, and they must follow it or they'll lose their sponsorship. So take a look at this clip here, and you will see the mainstream media just works in cahoots with each other to spread a particular narrative. Let's have a look at this.
Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
the sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Now, this just goes on with them repeating the phrase, this is a threat to our democracy. And people get it twisted. When they say our democracy, they don't mean yours and they don't mean mine. They mean their democracy, the democracy they are in control of, the democracy they give the illusion that exists. This is all BS. The democracy they have is their democracy for the rich and powerful. It's them making all the big decisions. It's all them making the choices and giving us the illusion as if we are having an impact on things. There's a huge establishment that runs everything. And you sound like a mad conspiracy theorist for bringing it up. But when you see things like this taking place and the BS that gets spread, then it's pretty obvious that something is going on where there's huge corporations running these news companies to make sure they can control the narrative. It's obvious at this point. You don't need to be a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist to see it. Hopefully, there's still many people out there who don't see it yet, and they think that they can still trust these mainstream media organizations, but there's more and more people waking up all the time. And you have to tell your friends, you know, you might sound like the nutcase sometimes, but that's just the way it has to be. You can refer them to videos like this and point out, look at the lies the mainstream media has been spreading for so long. Nobody trusts them anymore. It's time to follow the alternative independent media that can be found all across the internet. So find the guys you enjoy listening to and try and get the news and the information from them, because it's pretty clear that these guys cannot be trusted to inform us properly. But that's all we have time for this video. I could go on for a long time about this. I don't want to rant for too long about one particular topic. I just want to try and keep it as short and to the point as possible. But I can go on for a bit when I get worked up about these stupid mainstream media organizations that are just pushing narratives and expect us to just follow it without asking any questions. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Have you got more clips that I can check out that also prove that the mainstream media is just feeding us a narrative and expect us to follow? Let me know. Drop it in the comments down below. I would appreciate to hear from you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is a brand new channel. We're trying to get more and more subscribers all the time. So if you're here at the end of the video still, we would appreciate if you can hit subscribe. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you can share it. That would be cool. But for now, I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.